Legacy Jhiaxus is a great figure, but being cast in mostly white plastic does make a lot of the moulded details a bit hard to see. So I'm going to use some Tamiya panel line accent colour to try and bring out some of that detail. It's an enamel based paint, so to clean up any excess or overspill, I've also got some X20 Tamiya enamel thinner, and that'll help tidy things up. I've also got a very small paintbrush for no other reason than set dressing, and I will also need some cotton buds for the tidy up, and also some kitchen roll. I've never tried this stuff before, so I hope I don't screw it up. So you can see all the lovely moulded details on the figure here, and to bring that out we're going to drip this really watery black paint into all of those recessed areas and then let it run through all those nooks and crannies. That should make them a bit more visible, and that's basically what panel lining is. Now, I've never tried this before, so I'm going to start on these silver bits on Jhiaxus's shins, and the paint then should seep into those cracks and make these pipes and wires pop out a little bit more and give them some more depth. So there's a small applicator brush inside the bottle cap, and once I've wiped a bit of the excess paint off on the lip of the bottle, I'm just going to drip and dab that paint over the various moulded details. The consistency of the paint settles over time, so I made sure to shake the bottle first before application. Sometimes the paint gets applied a little too heavily, and you can get an effect called capillary action, where the paint gets naturally bled out of the recessed areas and onto the wider areas of the plastic. Now, I could have let that dry and sorted it later with the enamel thinner, but as I've caught it quickly, I'll just dab up that excess paint straight away with a cotton bud. The final effect is subtle and hard to capture on camera, as you can see, but it definitely adds depth to that wiring. The paint should be dry within about 10 to 15 minutes or so. At this point, it's just a matter of working through the rest of the paneling on the figure. I don't want to do absolutely every panel, so I'm just going to go through and pick out the more prominent parts. I do try and let gravity do most of the work when dropping the paint into the panel lines, and it's also a good idea to do this in a well ventilated room, because this stuff can get a little bit fumy. My room wasn't that ventilated, but at least I did have company when the walls started talking to me. Finally, it was time to crack out the enamel thinner. Apparently this thinner also dissolves the plastic you're working on, so I made sure to dab the loaded cotton bud onto the kitchen roll a few times to leave only a little bit to use on the figure itself. This stuff should thin the paint out and let you easily wipe off the excess. Make sure to try and wipe perpendicular to the lines to leave the paint inside them. Some people online say it's okay to use it on bare plastic like this. Others say that you should apply some sort of top coat of the plastic first. So who the hell knows? If my Jhiaxus figure falls apart, I'll let you know. If it does dissolve into nothingness, then it'll just be even more comic accurate anyway, so fuck it.